Hey guys, what's up? I'm here to give you guys a recap on a new episode of Digimon Adventure 2020, which is on episode 13. Now, this episode right here, obvious from the get-go. If you guys watch it, you know what it is. Those who don't know, well, if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that our Digimon our Digidestined people, etc., are like taking separate ways, trying to find a location of where they're supposed to meet up, you know. But unfortunately, they get lost in a certain way. While for Sora, Matt, and Joe, they are pretty much flying across the sky. But it looks like to me, Joe has a fear of like maybe heights, or he just can't handle the sickness up there, you know. But that aside, we have to it that we get to see some Digimon known as Funbeamon being captured by Waspmon and taken to a Digimon called Cannon Beamon. And we see to it that that they are trying to help the Funbeamon because they are victims, you know. But eventually, you know, they will later on get attacked, and Joe will later on fall off into the forest and later on be captured. By that time, we have to it that Sora and Matt decide to talk to a Funbeamon who was captured, who they rescued, and ends up explaining that, oh, my comrade's been captured and they are turned into army men, you know. Please help us out if you can. And we have to it that Sora and Matt goes like, okay, we'll help out, but we got a plan in mind, you know. We have to it that Sora and Matt decides to like save the Funbeamon from Waspmon and decides to get captured to go save Joe, because Joe and Gabumon will later on get captured and be taken to the Cannon Beamon, you know. By that time, we have to it that Matt and Sora enters Cannon Beamon. Gabumon evolves to Garurumon and later on goes into where Garurumon and etc. Trying to save everyone else, you know, etc. And we have to it that Sora and Joe and Matt managed to get themselves out of there, but they decide that they can't just leave the Funbeamon behind, you know. And by that time, they decide to like give it their best to like save the Funbeamon that are captured, you know. By that time, Sora and Matt have an idea of a plan. While Matt goes and gather the Funbeamon and go to a location, they'll go and rescue them once they reach there, you know. And we had to it, of course, eventually, Matt with where Garurumon will later on rescue the Funbeamon and go to the certain location, give the signal where they are, and Sora will later on clash against the Cannon Beamon with Birdramon. Eventually, because Joe and Matt are giving their lives to help her out, she decides to make sure she does the same, and her symbol of love shows up, and later on Birdramon evolves into Garudramon, etc., and later on defeats the Cannon Beamon and later on rescues everyone else altogether. By that time, looks like to me they continue their journey to go to the location where they split up and meet up at this certain location, you know. That aside, we have to it that that Tai, along with like Izzy and Mimi, are still continuing the journey to get to the certain location, but they get into trouble with some technology because it doesn't have good reception. By that time, we have to they go to a location where they got good reception but still have trouble, you know. And we have to it, of course, preview next episode. I look forward to it. Pretty excited, even though like I'm not gonna say much here, but yeah. Anyways, nice episode to see Birdramon evolve to a Garudramon, you know. But that aside, yeah, like I said, looking forward to next episode. Hopefully it'll be exciting. Hopefully it'll be nice, and we're getting closer to a certain end, you know. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.